Hi, I'm AIN TV's Kurt Epstein. One of the stars here at the Farnborough Air Show is the Avro Vulcan bomber, which recently flew for the first time in 15 years after the type was retired from service. I'm joined here by Andrew Edmondson, Director of Engineering for the Vulcan to the Sky Trust.
Hello.
Hello, Andrew.
Hi, Kurt.
Now, what is it about this aircraft? What is it that made people spend millions of dollars and countless hours of labor to return this aircraft to flight status?
Really, this aeroplane is a passion of aviation enthusiasts around the Great Britain, and they wanted to see the aeroplane fly. So we set out designing a project in 1999 to fulfill that dream for them. And it's a British icon in terms of engineering excellence. It was built at a time, if you can put it into context, it was 11 years after the Lancaster. So a very close time where British aviation was really ramping forward.
Okay. Now, what was involved? I mean, this airplane had sat on the ground for 15 years, a complex piece of machinery like this. What was involved in getting it ready for flight?
Basically, looking at every part of the aeroplane. So we did a thing called a technical feasibility study where we inspected every piece of wire, every nut and bolt, and any component that was critical to flight. So anything that steered the aeroplane or had a function on the aeroplane that had a criticality, all of those components were overhauled and had to be returned back to their original manufacturers.
Now, how much did this all cost to do?
To date, the actual project cost is £7 million, and that's including people, hangarage, spares, components, remanufacture of components, and the contractual support from Marshalls of Cambridge. So yes, a massive endeavour, but we have to bear in mind this is over a 15-year period. So the final sort of $4 million was used quite quickly over the last 2 years, but it's a 15-year exercise to get the aeroplane to us today.
Sure. Now, what kind of requirements did you have to meet in order to get this aircraft airworthy again?
Well, the complex category where Vulcan sits under, it flies under a thing called a permit to fly. That is for historic aircraft, and this is the first ever return to flight complex category aircraft. So we are the benchmark. So we set the rules and worked with the civil aviation under their regulations and worked through to understand and return Vulcan. So it's been complex at times, a roller coaster at times, because we're having to, as I say, set the benchmark. But we've got there. We're the first to do it, and hopefully now that will set a level for future restoration projects of the more modern aeroplanes that we see flying today.
Now, I understand despite all the funding you've received so far, the program still is in doubt in terms of its long-term longevity.
Yeah, we always knew that this project would be expensive to operate, and this is where we need commercial sponsorship now to give us a financial footing we need to begin the planning and allow us to plan with confidence that we have the cash together to do so. So we can keep returning the Vulcan back to the British public for the next couple of years, so they can enjoy the aeroplane. It's their aeroplane. The people have donated that £7 million to fly this aeroplane, and it is, for us as a trust, we'll honour that by returning it back to the people.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Andrew, and I wish you the best of luck in keeping this aircraft aloft.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. For AIN TV, I'm Kurt Epstein.